What are you sick of trying to explain to people? Just because I said it is true doesn't mean I liked it is true. Underrated comment. I am a historian, and when I point out misconceptions people have, or just in general point out some of the darker truths of things people hold dear like a religion's past or our nation's past, they think I am somehow reveling in it and anti whatever the topic is. I once pointed out to someone that Jesus was not white. Not well received at all. Legal does not equal moral. Moral does not equal legal. Example: yes, I agree that the executor of the estate should notify you of what is going on with Graham's estate. Yes, I understand being left in the cold sucks. No, I cannot do anything about it. Because while shitty, it is not illegal. There is no law against being an asshole. I feel this so much. I worked for an estate planning attorney for years. So when daughter 4 who is estranged from mom comes into my office demanding mom's power, I have to tell her I cannot even confirm if her mother is a client, much less be handing out her legal documents. Then I have to maintain my professionalism while she screams in my face and calls me a biatch. Nothing is wrong. I am just quiet. Pointing out that someone is being quiet is the absolute worst thing you can do if you are trying to start a conversation. Why are you so quiet? Well, you are not talking to me either. Because I have crippling social anxiety and I am putting a lot of effort into not breaking down right now. And then they laugh a bit. I laugh a bit. They think I am joking. I am not. You do not have to understand someone else's hobby to just accept that they enjoy it. As long as it is not hurting anyone, let them have fun. Onion headline captures this well: man who enjoys thing is informed he is wrong. That being depressed isn't necessarily about lying in bed all day. Something else that is not believed is that there is a difference between sadness and depression. If your dog dies, that is sad. If you cannot move enough to get out of bed, or if nothing ever makes you happy for your entire existence, that is depression. If you feel nothing for the majority of the day but have 30 minutes where you are happy, you are still depressed. Awareness does not mean acceptance. It never has and it never will. Some health issues are not visible. Chronic fatigue is real. Do not get me started. Have severe incurable chronic pain, chronic nausea and chronic fatigue, among other illnesses. Yet I look normal. Too many people do not realize you can be both typical looking and seriously disabled. That their MLM business is a pyramid scheme. But that's illegal. Yup. But these companies get away with it because they technically sell a product even though that is not where the profit comes from. If you have to pay to work, you are a customer, not an employee. I feel this way about being expected to pay for a parking pass at work. Number, you pay me to be here. Why would I pay you? I am an ICU travel nurse and I get so angry every time I get a job at a hospital that I have to pay to park at. And I am not even a patient's family member. Thanks for choosing our hospital. Please pay $20-30 a day to park to visit your sick loved one and we'll send you the crippling bill for the rest later. I work for a credit card company, and the fact that I have to explain to people who have credit cards and have had credit cards for over 10 years how interest works is terrifying. The other thing is telling people that I do not drink. People seem to have a hard time understanding that some people just do not drink and that some people have alcohol problems and do not want to go into a long explanation as to why they do not. Similar to what do you mean I bounced a check? I still have checks left in my checkbook. That I do not speak to my mother or any family. It doesn't matter that she is my mother. She is a nasty person and sadly, the rest of my family is too. I came on here to comment the exact same thing and yours was the first to pop up. Seeing someone else who is chosen the same path always brings me a little relief and I feel less alone in a world of I can't live without my mom. Yes, it is nice to know we're not alone. It is why it's difficult to give up this last bit of social media. Here I find stories like mine and the isolation of estrangement isn't so hard to handle. Why it's okay to go no contact with toxic family members. Random person, oh my god, you don't speak to your parents. Why not? Me, I have PTSD. RP what? Oh my god, kids these days just throw around PTSD. Only vets have PTSD. You don't have PTSD. I am sure they did everything out of love. I mean I have an actual medical diagnosis of PTSD from abuse. Silence. Revenue profit. Revenue is how much money you bring in. And profit is revenue minus all costs. Right. Essentially. Yes. That working remotely does not mean I am fucking around and watching YouTube all day. I have got a lot of poop to do. Being at home means the work is still hard. But the environment is not a sad, depressing grey office. Also, sometimes I duck around and watch YouTube, but I did that in the office too. I still get my work done. Read the goddamn error messages. Your computer has been successfully updated. Press OK to restart now or choose to restart later. Reeg, there is an error on my screen. What do I do? My IT career in a nutshell. Yes, I wear a helmet when I ride my motorcycle when people see me in all my gear minus my helmet because I leave it on my bike. The all gear thing should be pretty obvious. In New Hampshire, you're not legally required to wear a helmet. One time I saw a guy riding a motorcycle on the highway crossing the border from MA to NH. And as he crossed over, he reached up and removed his while going 70 miles per hour. That must have been quite a sight. I cannot whistle or burp on purpose. And yes, I have in fact tried for hours and hours throughout my life. You think you are suddenly going to be whistle teacher of year and crack the uncrackable code that is my whistle learning disability with just put your lips together and blow. Basic scientific concepts. Thankfully, not basic medical stuff anymore. But seriously, WTF happened to everyone's education? I have literally had to explain planets, mass and gravity before. Not just that, but that water and air currents exist. That the sun is a product of fusion and that not all monkeys are the same species. All conversations I have had before. It's like everyone just skipped science from 11 onwards. As a fact and science-loving biologist and nerd, I feel you for sure. The kinds of things people do not know, and or do not even care to know, is astounding. Worst of all is people who straight up take pride in being ignorant. That your anecdotal experience is not fact. You do not know everyone, so save the generalizations for the toilet. I had to learn this myself at one point too. This is exactly why I often demand evidence when people make claims about things. I have a very raspy, breathy voice. It is caused by having a paralyzed vocal cord. Random people like to ask me if I'm sick or tell me to drink honey tea or some other poop. Luckily, this annoyance was more common when I worked in retail. But I still get it from time to time. For the past year I have actually told people the truth about why I sound this way and they feel bad for asking. I get this. But for having a lower pitched voice as a woman, everyone assumes I am irritated or being snarky. And I get accused of speaking in a monotone a lot. People get weird about voices. Wanting others to have a better life than we had should be the goal. And forcing hardships on others simply because you had to endure it is a really shitty way to live your life. Someone on here once said something along the lines of if you want people to endure hardships because you did, and you turned out fine. You did not. In fact, turn out fine. I always liked that way of putting it. As a 57-year-old person, I hear all the time that kids today would be better if we could spank really. Paddle them without worrying about CPS being called. See, I turned out fine. No you did not. That it's okay to let people live their lives even if you don't agree with them. I don't give a poop about how a person lives lives. I just wish they would return the favor. Everyone just needs to go and cultivate their own damn garden. You can still get a sunburn on a cloudy day or in the winter. Melanoma sucks. Trust me. The president does not control the economy. The stock market is not the economy. I have heard it put as the president usually gets way too much credit when the economy is strong, and way too much blame when the economy is weak. While the US president possibly has more ability to affect the economy than any other individual on the planet, there is still going to be a ton of market forces beyond control. Like many things, it is far easier to destroy an economy than it is to build a strong one, especially for a position like the presidency. apostrophes. Even autocorrect tries to put them where they don't belong. That my tattoos don't have to have a big meaning. I liked them back then and I like them now. Only reason I got them was cause I thought they looked cool. You can enjoy a game without winning. And you can win but still not enjoy the game. Same with everything. I excel in all school subjects, especially English and arts, but I have no interest in any of them other than maths. Likewise, I am only mediocre at sport, but I will happily spend 6 hours or more a day on the weekend and an hour or two on weekdays exercising in various forms because I love it. Copy-paste in Windows. That there is still so much stigma towards mental illness, especially mood disorders and those that are deemed fucked up enough to sensationalize through film and television. It really affects those of us who are just trying to be okay, not harm others, and not harm ourselves. That I, a woman, do not want children. People either think you are lying or you will grow out of it. Yeah. So I was saying, when you find a husband and have kids. Laughing. How to sell things online or in an antique mall. I am relatively successful selling on Etsy and in person, and it's a heck of a lot of work. People ask me how I do it, and I could talk till I am blue in the face and they'll list 10 crappy things which will never sell, like Norman Rockwell collector plates, and complain they never sell anything like it's my fault. Or they'll get a booth and put those damn plates in and never ever make their rent and ask me how to make it better and then not do anything I told them to. Funny how these people are always victims. I tried but it didn't work. No. You didn't try. Not even close. I am just sick of them asking me for advice and then not doing anything I told them. Like, why ask? That I am not an introvert for not wanting to go to family gathering. No. Mom. It's because they were constantly being annoying. I am the exact same. Speaking broadly, there are a ton of people online who have absolutely no idea how business works and then spread conjecture everywhere that people upvote share by the thousands. This applies to a lot of disciplines. However, I work in an industry that is widely speculated upon, so I'm extra sensitive to business misinformation. The misconceptions and downright wrong information people believe about business is as funny as it is annoying. These terms are as entry-level as it gets. But so many Redditors do not seem to display any knowledge whatsoever of things like overhead, ROI or COGS. A lot of people also have no idea how complicated distribution can get as well. People in real life are more receptive to what I have to say because they understand what I do for a living. But I have long given up explaining my industry online because people want to pretend they're experts at everything, even in the face of evidence to the contrary. That as dads are 100 equal and as competent parents as mums. No. We are not babysitting when we are with our own children. Yes. We have got parental instincts and they manifest in different ways that women's instincts sometimes. We are also equally imperfect to mums and do not always get it right. Also, honorable mention: adoptive parents of any gender are not less capable or worse parents than bio parents. Arguably, adoptive parents can often be better than some bio parents. Bisexual is not synonymous to nymphomaniac. Also, bisexual men are not just gay men in denial. And bi women are not lesbians in denial. Or straight women who want attention. The difference between intentions and actions: I didn't mean to chop your leg off. So I am off the hook, right? 1. The road to heck is paved with good intentions. 2. We judge ourselves by our intentions, and others by their actions. It is hard to win an argument with a smart person, but it is damn near impossible to win an argument with a stupid person. I am always telling this to an idiot. They get mad. I do not think I got to explain anymore. To be fair, it is just an ad hominem attack. When you reach that point, you should just walk away rather than attacking them. Because it is equally possible you are the stupid person in that case. Yeah. In my book, arguing with a stupid person makes you the stupid person. Just walk away. The fact that I love exercising and going to the gym does not mean that I have to be in perfect shape every goddamn time. Yes, Brenda, I have fat, so what? Fucking Brenda. That me being a quiet person does not mean I am angry all the time. I just do not like talking as much as most people. Unfortunately, I do not even get the chance to explain before they judge me anyway. That girls don't TP out of their vaginas. I've had this conversation with girls, boys and grown-ass men. We have a separate hole. I was a sheltered boy, so I thought girls peed out of their butts until I was probably 13 or 14. For the love of God, parents, please educate your children on basic anatomy. This is why I teach my daughter the proper way to talk about these things without taboo or shaming. She is 5 and knows where babies come from, what each body part is, and why women use tampons, etc. That being autistic doesn't mean I am slow or mentally challenged. It can go too far in the opposite direction too. Not all autistic people are geniuses. Autism itself has no bearing on intelligence, even if it appears that way to some people. What people need to understand is that every case is unique. There are a few standard symptoms that appear in most cases, but you still cannot compare one autistic person to the next. Telling somebody with autism that they are mentally challenged is just as damaging as pressuring them to succeed. If everyone was treated as individuals, they would all have much better outcomes. That alpha-beta wolves are not a thing, and constantly comparing that imaginary class system to humans does nothing to help your argument. I hate that alpha-beta male bull poop. Like being an asshole just because you view yourself as a bigger badass than another dude because he does not fit into your personal criteria for what makes a man.